Ugh. Jolington, what's up?
This is the best mod in Beam Engine Drive. Meet the Hirochi CCF. Today I will test how accurate it is by comparing it to its real-life counterpart. How accurate is the interior, the exterior? What about the little autistic details? How does it feel behind the wheel? You may think it makes no sense to compare them, but trust me, I myself was surprised to see how similar real life to video game is. The bar is set high, as the Hirochi CCF is extremely well made, to the point of surpassing cars made by BeamNG developers. Working window switches, a roof mechanism, infotainment system, the wiggly thing in the middle, and so much more. But not everything is perfect. I took an extremely close look at the tiniest of details and found mistakes and differences on the outside as well as the inside. On top of that, this was a chance to finally try a car I always wanted to own, the latest iteration of the Mazda MX-5. Hailed by trillions of car reviewers and magazines, even scoring second place in the latest Evo magazine, right behind a glorified Volkswagen Beetle. And after spending a few days with it, I was left with a sense of mild disappointment. But more on that later. Now, driving. Say hello to my dad. That being said, basically a straight copy of the MX-5 ND. And you know what? I love it. Mazda has nailed the design. And so did Theo, the creator of the designs, since even basic of both cars weighs around 1 ton, or 2,300 pounds, which is basically the same as the original Miata. However, the Hirochi CCF comes in at precisely 1,200 kilograms. Maybe the creator of the mod is simulating the thing that is missing in BeamNG. Bags of bones and meat on the seats. Now, my main issue with this car.
Electric power steering.
I don't want to get into the details on how it works, you can do it yourself. But to put it simply, the steering feedback, aka the information that is supposed to come from the front wheels, such as feeling bumps or the grip level, is just not here. Allow me to demonstrate it quickly in BeamNG. Here you can see me pulling the wheel of a 30-year-old car, and you can see the steering wheel moving. With the CCF, it doesn't. I know, it's a very professional test. And when driving over bumps, you can see the difference too. The wheel moves not only more, but also quicker with the older car, while the Hirochi CCF feels sluggish. With older Miata models which have hydraulic
Power steering is just for fucking gay people anyway. The Cybertruck sucks. That doesn't have electric power steering. That has steering by wire. That's different. This has electric power steering, not steering by wire. What food did I eat? I had a watermelon, grapes, soup, and potatoes. There's, I didn't know they were out here, but there's a lot of fireflies in my backyard. I didn't even realize, but they're, twinkling out there. And Gummy was watching, their butts, you know, light up and twinkle. Sengoku donated $2. Thoughts on this, and also read my comment. I'm user Black Brawley 98.
Polycystic ovarian syndrome, or PCOS, struggle to lose weight. Women with PCOS feel like their condition negatively impacts their ability to lose weight, and these women tend to have more weight loss attempts.
But women with PCOS do not have slower metabolisms than women without PCOS, so after 12 weeks of a controlled, very low-calorie diet, women with PCOS lost the same amount of weight at the exact same rate of weight loss as women without PCOS. Clearly, women with PCOS are just lying because they're not hungry. Their hunger hormone is super low and their satiety hormone is super high. They can lose weight just as easily, if not even more easily, than women without PCOS. Women with PCOS don't need to worry about silly things like structuring meals with high fiber and high protein to feel satiated. They just need to move more and eat.
I don't care. Sure, whatever. Thanks for the donation, dude.
Hey Richard, I just got done ass rimming, tongue deep, and an escort, then fucked her in her ass.
Well, that's great. Sounds like you enjoyed yourself. I would personally prefer to just watch cartoons with my cat, but to each their own. Thanks for the donation, Buttman. Bootycum donated $2.
What's going on, everybody?
Yes, I skipped through this a little earlier. I don't think he really says anything.
Vince Goodrum here. It is Sunday afternoon. Reason for the video is, well, some people have asked me about my thoughts on Vegan Gaines' divorce, which has been beaten to death with a horse. But one person raised up an interesting question to me as far as to whether Jasmine can get spousal support. And I'm more than happy to oblige on that. The first thing I had to really do is read Canadian law, and stuff. As I'm a red-blooded American, I'm not familiar with those maple syrup drinkers, so I did read the law itself. Now, when it comes to Canada, apparently they don't have a no-fault. They have what's called a no-fault divorce, so one or the other cannot blame each other whatsoever for the ending of the divorce itself. And even though the paperwork is finalized, that doesn't mean that Jasmine can't come back later and get money from my cousin. She can simply get an attorney and ask for an amount to be paid to her to make.
She is never going to be able to get money from me. I can't really explain why, but she'd fuck herself over if she did. So one, she knows she's not getting any money from me. Two, if she ever did, it would fuck her own situation up. So it wouldn't actually help her in any way, so...
Maintains the same quality.
Again, can't explain why, but just take my word for it. It has nothing to do with green card.
Quality of life that she had while being married. She would, of course, have to prove that she sacrificed her, basically her quality of living in order to be with my cousin and seeing.
Yeah, she was living out of her parents' house and paying them rent. So she never made any sacrifices whatsoever. None. Zero. We also never had kids. So she cannot make the case that she forewent any kind of opportunities in terms of her career or life path or whatever. She was working a shitty part-time job, living out of her parents' house. And we never had kids.
Seeing as how she moved from Switzerland over to Canada, or is it Australia, or Uzbekistan,
Is Belgium.
or something. I don't know. I don't keep up with where she's from. We'll just say she's from Greenland. So the Greenland citizen moved all the way over to be with Vegan Gains, so that can be considered as a sacrifice. However,
It was not a sacrifice. Her standard of living has improved in every conceivable way since moving here, even after, breaking up with me.
given the general situation and disposition, I believe that if Jasmine probably tried to go after those assets, she would not be very popular on the internet. Does it really matter? No. So, quite frankly, it puts my cousin in a very precarious situation, to where eventually...
No, there's no precarious situation. She tried to play games with me, but she found out pretty quickly, she can't.
And I'm just going to be honest with you folks, given the type of sloth that she is and that my cousin pretty much describes, eventually she probably will go and get an attorney and try to get some of that...
She can't.
That YouTube revenue that my cousin's getting, and we'll probably end up getting half of it, though. Possibly.
Nope. It doesn't work that way. So if you live in a state like Florida or something, like things are different, but yeah, not in Canada. She has to actually be able to prove like certain things, right? So it's based on how much like wealth she was getting from me. Like, we don't own a home. There was no home that she gave up. She didn't even own her car. She was still financing it and shit. So like there's no like ownership of things that like had to be, you know, kind of divided up and shit. Like there's just nothing for her to argue for. Also, one big aspect of this is again, whether or not she gave up a career or whatever. She never did. And again, like I can't get into details about this, but she tried to get money from me. She just, you know, fuck up her current situation. So, Kenny, you donate $2. Different type of golf video today and more. Oh, it looks like a wily coyote. Oh. Coyote likes the ball. It's a nice coyote. Oh. Those are ducks. It's a cat. Wow. They're friends. Wow. Ducks cuddle with the cat? That's amazing. That's nice. Wow. They're all dreaming together. That's nice. Wow, those are very large bites. Jeez. Gummy eats really fucking quickly. I should actually try to film him eating. I wonder if he does that. Thanks for the donation, Kenny.
Njka, you go back to eating them vegan donuts on stream again. Ever since you been dieting and truly you been a salty ass nigger. Your fat jolly self was so much better. Now you some ectoskeleton salty brain rot ass nigger. Not fun to troll.
I'm not gonna diet anymore. If I am gonna diet, I'm just gonna use drugs. Like, I made the decision today. For whatever reason, I don't know why, but once I get to this level of body fat and continue to diet, my mood goes to absolute fucking shit. And I'm just pissed off and annoyed constantly, and I can't really function that way. So, I might take, like, retatrutide, clenbuterol, T3, growth hormone, you know, whatever drugs that'll help me lose more weight if I have any interest in losing any more weight. But, yeah, I'm not gonna bother putting myself through, you know, this crap anymore without drugs. Thanks for the donation though, Kid Boo.
He's extra sentient in this one.
And I don't just simply adore
Oh my god.
you. It's more than that.
Whoa. He is very sentient.
Happy
Oh my god, look at him.
anniversary, Joey.
Oh my
6
goodness.
years and going strong. I love you, Joey.
Oh my god.
No, I don't just love you.
Jesus
I adore you.
Christ.
And I don't just simply
Oh wow, you're so sentient.
adore you.
Oh,
It's more than that. Oh my gosh, it's so much more. My feelings for you.
what a good baby.
Oh, I feel like I'm high on your dopamine. Look at you. Why are you the way you are?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Joey. Yes, I'm in love with
Oh
you.
wow.
I'm gonna stay in love with you
You
forever.
look so nice and soft.
Forever and ever and ever. And ever.
That's pretty amazing. Thanks for the donation, Leland, though.
Is it vegan to touch myself? Vegan gains. Vegan gains. Vegan gains. Richard Burgess Bitchard Rurgis Snitchard Snurgis Richard Bugass. They call me Gumfucker. Jacuzzi with my B I like sucking titties. I fucked Phineas and Ferb's mom and Ollie while he watched.
Well, that's nice. Thanks for the donation, non-Wibgoon. I don't think my controller broke yesterday. I guess we'll find out later.
That's if she is slothy enough to actually do something like that. Now, I don't like my cousin too much there, in his vegan ways or anything like that. We don't really get along. But at the same time, he's earned his money by all the fucking abuse that he's taken over the years, twerking and singing disgusting songs and stuff like that. I mean, I find it very... Excuse me for a moment. I find it very embarrassing, but at the same time, he did indeed earn his money. But, quite frankly, Canadian law is almost the same as U.S. law. But it just remains to be seen, so my cousin probably just needs to be nice to Jasmine, and just work out whatever apartment arrangements. I can now see why he agreed to pay first in last month's rent or so forth, but, it takes a real dirtbag in order to actually do something like that, but honestly, it's my job to answer the questions that you guys pose to me, and, even though their divorce is finalized, she can just turn around and go get money. There's always a path to open up the books, and if you...
She has no ability to do that, especially now. So if she ever wanted to do that, she had a small window of opportunity, and that ship has sailed. But nope.
You find that greedy lawyer, that ambulance chaser in Canada, because they even in Canada they have ambulance chasers, except instead of driving around in a car, they ride on a moose or something, or a slow elk or something. I don't know. But in any event, they do chase ambulances. And if the right one finds Jasmine, my cousin's gonna have to give up some of them ducats. Just keeping it real and talking to you like it is. But that's all I got to say for right now. Be sure to like and subscribe to the Vince Goodrum channel. Click the link below. Also visit vincegoodrum.com. And as always, peace and soul.
Imagine being Vance and thinking that you have a job in telling other people's business to your audience. So why is he doing this exactly?
I don't know, dude. You'd have to ask him. Thanks for the donation, though, Leland, though. Dodo, donate $2. Let me see.
Here, pal. Brought you a little peace offering. Eat as much as you want. Don't hold back. Huh? It's doing squats with its tail? What's with that? There just might be some major secret behind that tail. Oh, here you go. Pikachu. Working out is always a good thing, but you won't get far on an empty stomach.
Pokemon sucks. It's really fucking boring. I remember watching it as a kid thinking it's really, really fucking boring. No one got fucking killed, tortured, there were no rape scenes. It was just horrible, you know? Animals are so silly. Yeah, that's the Pokemon movie. I can't watch that on stream, Dodo. Thanks for the donation, dude. Maybe I'm just a retard or something, but, I find it way harder to fucking drift in BeamMG than in Assetto Corsa. I always loop out, like, no matter what the fuck I do. Even if I, like, start a drift pretty mild style, and I go as easy on the fucking pedal as possible, it still just loops out. I don't know, though. Maybe I'm just, fucktard.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Modland YouTube.
You know, I am getting highly fed up with, all these fucking AI YouTube channels. It gives me so much fucking rage when I click on a video and then I hear some fucking bitch AI voice talking. YouTube apparently is changing their policy so you can't do that anymore. Or at least make money off of it. I don't think it violates their terms of service, but they're demonetizing all these channels that just upload AI slop content. I can't fucking stand it. It's so goddamn annoying, dude. Let's see, I think Greg Doucette uploaded some horse shit.
I remember I couldn't poop for 4 days. And when I actually went to go together again, you saw the aftermath, the blood in the towels, the hole in his back, the fact that he had to go months before being able to train normal again, and yet he wants to do it all over again, only worse this time. And so previously I said perhaps he doesn't have body dysmorphia, he just wants to make a few changes. But after seeing his latest video with Chris Williamson, where he goes over all the surgeries he's going to perform, I have to conclude he's not well. And so my personal belief is that prior to doing these surgeries, you should have to undergo psychological assessment. You need to determine, does this person suffer from serious body
Houndsty good that slop content deserves to be taken down.
Yeah, it's fucking annoying. It just ruins the site, so yeah. Thanks for the donation though, Dodo. So, Mike is planning to get more cosmetic surgeries? Maybe he should learn to take steroids better and train better and diet better and take other weight loss and ancillary drugs better. It's like, I don't know, this seems a little stupid.
dysmorphia? If somebody were 80 pounds and went to the doctor and said, I want Ozempic, I don't want to have to be able to eat. Or if somebody said, you know what, I don't like my hands, I don't like...
I used to have acne when I was a teenager, but it just went away when I got into my 20s.
my feet. I prefer to be in a wheelchair. Let's remove all of my ribs. You know what? I don't like having a femur. I just want to have a tibia. Would you okay it and say, hey, it's your body, your choice? Or would you have them set up to a counselor and try to fix the problems? And so let's watch this video.
Well, there it is.
Dude.
Still healing?
Fuck, that's gnarly.
Yeah.
And so here,
like, this doesn't seem worth it. So you have a fucked up, retarded looking scar and you're still, like, fat. Why, like, what was the point?
here's the thing. He wants to perform all of these surgeries when what would make the biggest difference by far, way better than these
Eating
surgeries,
and training
and
properly?
wouldn't cost him a penny, would be simply to trim off the hair. I mean, I have to break it to you, but when you have all of this unwanted hair, and oftentimes from using androgens, for example, Tren, you're going to grow more hair than last time, in particular on the back and other areas. And so if he were simply well-groomed and got a proper, he would look that much better. I personally don't think he looks all that bad. I don't think he needs surgery. I think that he doesn't see the way he looks properly. This is very common amongst bodybuilders, bikini competitors, and so on. And I've seen it hundreds of times. And so I've had to counsel these people. They want to make all these changes. They want to use all these drugs to perform these surgeries. I'm saying, you don't need it. I don't see that. No one sees your body the way that you do.
Future surgeries for Mike. Probably going to get skin removal here to get clear shoulder lines. I carry a lot of fat there.
Skin?
What? Okay, Mike's like fucking insane and deranged. I don't even think that type of surgery exists. I've never seen skin removal surgery across the shoulder. You get it on places like, you know, around your love handles, stomach, around your pectorals, under the arm, but across the shoulder. Dude, he's just fucking nuts. Like, bro, you're fat. like, how about just lose weight? Like, it's so stupid. Dodo donated $3. Let me see.
Hello everyone, this is Heist IQ Man Young-Hoon Kim from South Korea. In this video, I would like to share my thoughts about afterlife. I think our consciousness continues beyond death, definitely. Our consciousness is not just brain activity, but it is something deeper.
It is not.
I think you believe this. Science says that when the brain stops, then our consciousness disappears. You believe this now, but quantum physics says that information never disappears. Never.
Here we go.
It only changes in forms. If our consciousness is...
Okay, this is like saying there's no way to erase memory off a hard drive. Because quantum physics says that memory cannot be destroyed, but it is only changed. Like, yeah, you're fucking stupid, dude.
Quantum information, it may continue after the body is gone. For example,
gay.
Is it possible?
That guy's gay. Yeah, you'll suck dick in the afterlife. Nobody cares. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Hey man, love your channel. Just curious, would you ever do vegan keto, or ketosis, and intermittent fasting to cut weight? I have read up on the benefits of autophagy and it seems pretty fast. You think the juice is worth the squeeze? So to speak.
Keto diets are fucking stupid. I would never do a keto diet or prolonged fasting. That's just all buzzword stupid nonsense. There's no special magic bullcrap about autophagy. Your body goes through autophagy constantly. You don't need a special diet or anything to do it. Thanks for the donation.
Get clear shoulder lines. I carry a lot of fat there.
Skin removal surgery, perhaps some liposuction to suck out the fat, the unwanted fat, so that you can have more clearly developed delts. And so one thing you need to know is that if you suck fat out from some area, for example, if it's out from your delts, if you don't like it in your triceps, your back, and so on, the fat is going to go somewhere else. And oftentimes it's going to be located viscerally, which is going to put you at more danger for your heart. And so is it really worth having...
No, I don't think I'm ever in my entire lifetime gonna watch the new Superman movie, because every single superhero movie that's been coming out is just dog water trash. I'll probably watch like a clip from that movie where like the dog is in it. So I might watch like a 2 or 3 minute clip from the movie on YouTube eventually, but I could not give two fucking shits about any new superhero movie. They're all shit. All new Hollywood movies are just fucking shit. I can't be fucked. They're all just annoying trash.
A few more shoulder lines, perhaps some striations, just so that you look a little bit better in a tank top when you're putting your life at risk. And does anyone not think that if Mike were actually to go on a calorie deficit diet, perhaps eating fewer amounts of Gatorade, cereal, and so on, that he...
Yeah, dude, his diet is so bad. Like, why the fuck? You know, it's funny how this guy claims to be so smart, but he can't figure out, like... maybe I should not eat processed foods. Maybe, like, instead of eating, like, fatty fucking chicken drumsticks, I could just eat, like, tofu or something. No. I'm just gonna get my skin removed in highly expensive, dangerous surgeries that are probably going to make me look disfigured. Fucking idiot.
Agreed VG, it's sad to see Hollywood just crumble like this.
I'm assuming it's just because these movies are too expensive. So, because the budgets for these movies are so expensive, they're trying to, like, just shovel out basically very marketable garbage. So, you need the PG-13 rating. You need to make sure it appeals to, like, minorities and white people and boomers and women and midgets and trans people. You need to make sure that it doesn't offend anybody and all this other shit, and it has, like, similar story beats to some other movie that, you know, made a good profit and all these other dumb calculations, and then they're just shoveling out just fucking unwatchable trash. But yeah, every fucking movie that's been released in the last, like, 5 years, I swear, is just fucking annoying as shit. I can't watch anything. Thanks for the donation, though, Dodo. Sengoku donated $2. Allegedly, he's 28, only a year older than me. He looks much, much older than 28. I think it's a combination of, yeah, the shitty, terrible diet, steroids, and he clearly spends way too much time in the sun without sunscreen. Yeah, well. Thanks for the donation, Sengoku.
He could get his body fat levels to drop from, perhaps he said it was 12% to 8%. And if he gets it down to 8%, he'll see more of his striations. But yet he wants to get these surgeries. How many men have you met in your lifetime, ever, that wants to get a skin reduction surgery, liposuction, so that they can more properly see their delts? I haven't met anyone. And so as soon as he said this, I said, oh, it's not looking good for Mike.
Probably this situation here. I'm going to reduce the skin.
And so he gets Chris Williamson to turn around, who's kind of looking like a smaller version of Sebum. I mean, look at this guy's physique. It looks incredible. Is he walking around at single-digit body fat? And so perhaps I need to do a natty or not on Chris Williamson because his physique is incredible. Yet he turns him around and starts poking at his fat on his back and says, you know, I'm going to suck out this fat. I got to get rid of it. Cut out the skin, suck out the fat so that I can have perhaps a better Christmas tree. He doesn't need it. Mike Israetel just underwent a horrendously difficult surgery, a painful one, and wants to get another one. Another.
Hey VG. What's up, bro? So, I'm a bit disappointed with what I saw when I was using Vegly, you know, the dating app for vegans. Well, I looked at Poland, particularly in Warsaw, and the women there aren't what I expected. Liberal as hell and not attractive. Ugh.
There's a huge political divide between men and women right now in Poland, where a majority of women are very liberal, and majority of men are very conservative. It's because of, it's just because of social media. Women are just watching garbage fucking TikTok videos. So a disproportionate amount of women watch TikTok, you know, because TikTok is for fucking morons. So obviously women are gonna watch TikTok way more than men because they just love to slurp up garbage fucking shit content. And, yeah, they're just getting fed communist fucking brain rot propaganda. So that's happening in practically every fucking country. I know South Korea is one that's particularly bad. Poland is particularly bad. The, you know, political polarization between men and women. United States, it's happening a little bit. Canada, UK, a little bit. It's not that extreme, but I know South Korea and Poland in particular are pretty bad. But thanks for the donation, Ben.
Hi daddy, I am gonna ruin the stream again like every day. Also make sure you draw what I pay you to scamming nigger or I'll have to punish you. Be a good boy, Richard. Sorry not sorry. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
Yeah, sure. Whatever. Thanks for the donation, CDG.
Procedure called body type, because I hold a lot of skin there.
I hold a lot of skin there. He's in his 40s. He's not 20 anymore. This is a normal process of aging, but yet Mike, he can't come to terms with this. I don't know if it's something from when he was younger or the fact...
I don't know what the fuck he means I hold a lot of skin. Like... You know you're supposed to have skin?
That he's entered bodybuilding competitions where you're judged on your appearance, but it has begun to affect his mind. I mean, Mike, I'm almost 50. I have a saggy skin as well, but I'm not looking in the mirror and thinking, oh, I look horrible. I need to have very invasive surgeries, removing the skin from here, remove the skin from there in order to look normal.
Very likely, this is going to be major surgery, because if you turn around, is they're going to cut into me and take my abs and then stitch them closer together. Good too.
And listen to Chris.
What? What in the fuck is he thinking? I've never even heard of this. He's saying they're gonna cut his stomach open and sew it back together so his ab muscles are closer together? The fuck? Dodo donated $2. I guess Elon Musk is right. Donald Trump is on the Epstein list. What's going on with my boys, and in some cases gals, they're all going after Attorney General. Pam Bondi is doing a fantastic job on her team. Mega, perfect administration. Jeffrey Epstein. This is one of the most unhinged rants I think I've ever seen from Trump ever. It's so weird too. Like, there's no easy way out of this. I don't even know why he bothered making that post. I guess he's just panicking, but he could just release the files. Like, if there's any question over whether he's a part of the Epstein files, he could just release the Epstein files. So it kind of says something that he knows he is, to some degree, you know, implicated in this whole Epstein thing. And he's certainly mentioned in there, I don't know if he, like, fucked any 14-year-old kids on Epstein Island, but he's almost certainly used Epstein's jet. He's visited the island before. He's been personal friends with Epstein for quite a while. Like, without a doubt, he's mentioned in the Epstein files. So this is why he doesn't want to release it. But yeah, it's like the Republican Party is just fucking stupid. Wow, who would have thought that electing a rapist would have complicated the release of the Epstein files? Yep. I mean...
First. Go ahead, do Chanel. Do Cartier after that. Dude, that's so good. Whoa, dude, that is so sick. It is.
Yeah, the kid's just gay. He's not autistic. He's just gay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's easier to just get Mexicans to do this. Well, thanks for the donation, Dodo. Oh my goodness. Is this a cat? Come here, kitty. Oh, you're so big and handsome. Hmm? You're so big and handsome. You know I love my kitty. Yeah, that's a good boy. You're so big and strong. And you're so nice. You're very cuddly. Oh my god, he's just so beautiful.
Williamson, you're kidding.
You're kidding.
And so what he just described is an abdominoplasty. And so this abdominoplasty, for some individuals, it can be beneficial. If you had a very serious hernia where your internal organs are poking through, they perhaps have to sew the abdominals closer in order to prevent the organs from seeping through. Now, Mike Israetel admittedly has been abusing performance-enhancing drugs, namely steroids and growth hormone, for perhaps over 10 years. And one of the side effects of this is, in fact, a distended abdomen. Your organs can quite literally get bigger, especially when coupled with severe bulking diets where
It is entirely food related. I'm convinced at this point, like, there's no amount of drugs you can take that are going to cause your stomach to be distended. It's entirely based on how much fucking food you're eating. If you're a glutton, like Mike Israetel, like, yeah, you're going to have a distended stomach. Dodo donated $2. Let me see. The new lobby in Qatar targeted 250 Trump influencers to change U.S. policy. Yep. Dude, this is like the most corrupt administration that's ever fucking existed.
Israel calls the Palestinians goyim or cattle or dogs or subhuman. They keep them on concentration camps. I got video of them taking Palestinian women's tomatoes they grow and breaking their water containers and stealing. That's why you have this crap.
Yeah. Alex Jones was an anti-Semite before it was cool.
And our children are going to die. We're going to get nuked because of this. Iran's got the nukes now. Syria. We're going to have nukes.
He was claiming Iran had nukes back in the 90s? Or early 2000s? Let's see, Unicorn Jizz donated $2.
I was cooking and I burned the bacon.
That guy break his ankle? Oh, he rolled his ankle 3 times in a row. I haven't rolled my ankle in a long ass time. but I hate it when that fucking happens. Am I missing something? I don't know. I don't get it. That's probably fake, but that is kind of a funny idea. Yeah, that's gross. Thanks for the donation, Unicorn Jizz.
Nuclear war. Because Israel likes to go around bombing everybody. They call the...
Okay, blah, blah, blah. Elmo says, all Jews should die. Fuck Jews. Donald Trump is Netanyahu's puppet. Epstein files. It's funny how, like, this is a verified account. Fucking Elon Musk is such a retard, dude. North Korea is benighted. This is the future the democratic socialists want for us. Crazy idea. Let's divide a country into half capitalist, half communist. Check on it 70 years later. Well, yeah, I mean, what do you expect to happen? Interest is theft, rent robbery, and profit only another name for plunder. You know, that sounds like something a lot of beta male faggot losers say when they can't figure out how to not be broke. Oh yeah, John Sackers is a crazy fucking communist. I was friends with him on Facebook for a while, and he made the most, like, stupid, dumb shit fucking posts. I don't know if he unfriended me or I unfriended him, but, like, that guy is an annoying jackass. I remember, he made a post saying no one should be allowed to own property, and, rent and everything should be free. And then I said, so you think somebody should be able to just walk into your apartment and just sleep there because you don't own it, and since you don't own it, you shouldn't be able to deny anyone entry. And he's like, yeah. Oh, okay, so why don't you let in like dozens of homeless people into your apartment and then see if they'll like kill you or leave dirty fucking needles around the house, smoke crystal meth and stink up the place. They're all just fucking idiots.
Or you're force feeding, adding extra calories, and it causes your internal organs to get bigger. And remember, we've already seen acromegaly on his forehead, his head, his bones have gotten bigger. This is from using and abusing performance-enhancing drugs, namely growth hormone. He admits to this. And so if it's going to cause his bones to get bigger, clearly it can cause his organs to get bigger as well. And so if he wanted his stomach to be flatter, the easiest and safest and healthiest thing you could do, it's not surgery to sew back his abdominals, it's to stop abusing the drugs that caused this in the first place. I mean, I don't understand. Does Mike Israetel need to hire Coach Greg? Is there anyone that can get through to him? It is so simple. If you are abusing drugs, growth hormones, steroids, and it causes this, the first thing you do is you stop. Many professional bodybuilders have had distended abdomens. And because they are now going with more classic looking physiques, people are being very careful. And so the distended stomachs, they're getting smaller. And what do you think is the cause of that? They're no longer going on these crazy bulks and they're reducing the abuse of growth hormone. And so if Mike wants a flatter stomach, if he wants to look more like Chris Williamson, the first thing he needs to do is stop with the growth hormone and stop with the use of steroids.
You, like, I don't know, what is this horse shit on the side of the fucking screen? Like, fuck me. This is, like, this is what you have to do when you have an audience of, like, fucking 15-year-old children? Like, just play random fucking TikTok videos on the side of your actual fucking video? Oh my god, it's so annoying.
Right.
You know I'm especially disappointed tonight because I have a Polish friend who's fucking hot, vegan, and not liberal, but she's taken and I know the guy she's with. She's from Warsaw, Poland, and I consider her a gem considering that's it majority liberal luck.
Okay. Like, who fucking cares, dude? No one is gonna be able to do anything for you. Just stop fucking worrying about some fucking dumb bitches. Like, whatever. All you need is somebody who won't bother you and suck your dick. Like, it's not that complicated, dude. Thanks for the donation, Ben.
Go on a calorie-restricted diet. Stop bulking. Stop eating over 3,000 calories a day. Stop dieting by having Gatorade cereal. And start eating more like Coach Greg. I mean, does it not make sense? Perhaps if he start racing bikes. He's 220 pounds. He wants to compete.
This fucking horse shit should get you, like, a community guideline strike. This is such fucking brain rot retard trash. Like, it should just be banned. Just for the sake of making sure, like, YouTube content is just not horrible brain rot trash like TikTok. Fuck you and fuck your editor, whoever the fuck is doing this. Like, what an actual dickhead.
Compete and earn his IFBB Pro card. He wants to bulk up and get more muscular yet again, but why doesn't he just say, you know what, instead of competing as a super heavyweight, I'm going to compete down at light heavy. And remember, the more of these liposuction surgeries that he's getting, sucking out the fat from here, the back, and so on, the more fat they sucks out from everywhere else in the body, the more the fat is going to be located at his belly. And so he's getting one surgery to look better here, and it's going to cause him to look worse somewhere else. You take from here, it goes there. You can't get everything you want. And so Mike Israetel, he wants to have the perfect physique. He perhaps wants to look like Chris Williamson. Perhaps Chris Williamson on steroids. He perhaps wants to look like Chris Bumstead, but he simply doesn't have the genetics. But if he were to downsize, forget about being the biggest man in the room, he could in fact look a lot better, at least a lot more aesthetic. Not only that, he would live longer.
And I'm going to take my obliques and double stitch them closer together. And
the
then
muscle?
The whole thing, yeah, the muscle. And then they are going to put a mesh, a plastic permanent mesh around that whole thing to get the waist to do this.
And so Mike seems to think that you can simply put
Yeah, this is what dumb women do, by the way, as soon as they get money. That's why you see all these stupid fucking Hollywood actresses get all these, like, horrific cosmetic surgeries. They get the buccal fat removal. They get the injections in their forehead that makes their entire face look fucking frozen. They get lip fillers, and then they look like ducks walking around. Like, You know, like they just look stupid. Mike is like the same. He's an insecure, neurotic idiot. And because he has the money, he's going to be able to like do whatever the fuck he wants with his dumb, neurotic, insecure brain. So he's looked up all these cosmetic surgeries. Oh, you can get skin removed? Oh, you can make your stomach smaller? Like, oh, you can do this? So, yeah, there's no, like... It's like Howard Hughes and the, fucking jars of piss. Because Howard Hughes had the money to do it, he could rent out a hotel room and then pay the maids to keep giving him jars so that he could make his piss force field. Like, you can't do that unless you have, like, money like Howard Hughes. So when people get money and they're, like, stupid and insecure and shit, like, they just end up doing dumb shit.
I guess I'm not too disappointed since she's an atheist / maybe Satanist and I'm a born-again Christian now. I'm going deeper into it and looking into Catholicism since I've started to level up my faith to the Knights Templar. It feels amazing and I thank God for it.
You sound like a gay retard and it's no wonder that chick won't suck your cock, you're a fucking bitch. Thanks for the donation, Ben.
Put a mesh around your body and it's going to keep everything in place. This mesh is not a weightlifting belt. It's not a corset. It's not going to be able to withstand the turmoil of lifting very heavy weights. Does anyone think that Mike Israetel is going to maintain his dream physique while not going to the gym and training hard? He's going to be going to the gym. He's going to be lifting heavy weights. He's going to be training to failure and so on. And so what are the chances that he's not simply going to rip this mesh? That the stitches that they're not going to hold. Following each of these surgeries, he's likely going to be unable to lift anything above 10 pounds for 4 to 6 weeks. He'll then have to slowly go back to lifting. And so imagine how long he's going to be out of the gym. The risk of reherniating, and if someone like Mike Israetel, or for example, if I try to get these surgeries, it's almost 100% if you're training hard. If you go and train hard, the mesh, the surgeries, it's not made for this. The surgery, plain and simply, it's not made for bodybuilders, powerlifters, people as strong as Mike. And so that intra-abdominal pressure that is made while doing a squat, a leg press, curls, all of it, whenever you do the Valsalva maneuver, it's going to be through the roof and very likely to rupture whatever surgery was performed.
Don't bite me.
My opinion is that Mike is delusional in thinking that he can receive these surgeries and that nothing negative is going to happen. And so let's now look at the
Oh my god. The new Superman movie has a pro-Palestine message. Dude, if I was directing the Superman movie, I would have had Superman just fucking laser blast all of fucking Palestine and said, "There, are we done now? I solved the problem. Just, let's move on." Dude, Hollywood is so fucking gay. Holy shit. Like, I'd ever see that piece of shit movie. Fucking retarded. Like, yeah, like it's a funny situation too, because like Superman can literally do anything in like ridiculously quick fashion, right? He's invincible. The only people that are going to give him problems are going to be like a few supervillains. But once they're done, it's like, okay, you've got a war here, war here, war here. He could literally have these wars on Earth end within minutes, if not even minutes, seconds, because of how fast he can like travel. You have huge issues with writing Superman stories, like knowing that. So, yeah, why the hell wouldn't Superman just laser blast you know, if not the entirety of Gaza, at least just kill every single Hamas agent. And it'd be easy for him to do that because he has super hearing. He could figure out who, and he has X-ray vision. So he could hear, with his super hearing, everyone have a conversation and they'd all admit, like, to being Hamas agents. And he has X-ray vision, so he knows exactly where they are. So within seconds, he could kill every single Hamas operative. Like, why doesn't he do that? Same with, you know, the war in Ukraine or whatever. Like, why doesn't he do that? The only way to get around that problem is to write a comic book universe where there aren't any of these sort of issues, right? Hey, cousin, if you got a trump card for your ex-German wife, then more power to you. Well, yeah, basically. Like, she had a very small window of opportunity, like maybe a couple months, to ask for money, but we're past that point. Or, well, not even ask for money, to, like, sue me for it. She can't at this point. And if she does, she'd just shoot herself in the foot, and she'd literally get nothing out of it. Animal Liberation, donate $2. Have you reacted to this yet? Let me see. What's up, everybody? Natalie here. I don't care. Thanks for the donation. I just do not give two fucking shits what she has to say. I don't really consider her a particularly serious person, and I just don't fucking care. Thanks for the donation, dude. Did you shave your head today? Yes. And I also trimmed my beard.
Five main reasons why Mike should not go and perform these surgeries. The first one is peripheral vascular disease. Now, examine Mike's body. Notice he has a lot of hair all throughout his body except for on his legs. Notice the calves and tibias in particular. Mike is not shaving the calves, the tibias, and so on. Think of it. If he was shaving that, why wouldn't he shave the rest of his body? And so what I do believe he has is microvascular impairment. The hair, it requires blood flow, proper blood flow, and without it, it can't produce the hair that it needs. When circulation begins,
I'm pretty sure he just shaves his legs.
To become impaired, the first areas are the extremities, the furthest parts away from the heart. And so notice how it's in the calves as well as in the tibia. And so if you see someone hairy,
buddy, he's shaving his fucking legs.
Body, shiny calves, or for some reason they don't have hair there, they likely have impaired circulation. Perhaps it's from high cholesterol, high blood sugar, or for other reasons. And that will make it much more difficult to heal after getting a surgery. And so Mike is already at a disadvantage. And the second reason, and this is a big one, and I'm not saying he's addicted to anything, but it is in fact opioid addiction. These surgeries are so painful that there's no way he's going to do this without any pain medication whatsoever. And so the more surgeries he does, the longer he has to take these said medications, the more likely he could become addicted. And once you're addicted, it is very difficult to stop. And so you have to ask yourself, is it worth
Sky Jack Morgan impression la 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 colol GG's.
Who the fuck is Skyjack Morgan? Oh. Him. Let me see, what's the gay retarded shit he said? Vegan gains is genocidal. He wants to kill people who want to murder other people. He would actually be in favor of killing off the Nazis. The Nazis only wanted to murder people, and I don't see how Vegan Gains thinks it's sensible to stop someone from committing mass murder by murdering them. He's a genocidal maniac, and he's wrong for veganism. There you go. That's my best Sky Jack Morgan impression. Thanks for the donation, dude.
Can you please react to this? You can skip to 4 minutes in you ADHD autistic faggot with the attention span of a gnat.
Speaking of autistic retard, you gave me the wrong link, clearly, dumbass. So, yeah, that... Thanks for the donation, Tool.
With a potential addiction in order to have better looking delts and triceps, to have less skin on my lower back? It's not. Now, another thing he needs to be concerned with is that when you start cutting open your body, there are several nerves throughout. And so if you just cut a nerve, you may lose feeling in said area. And so if you get this abdominal surgery, there's a nerve called the femoral cutaneous nerve that supplies feeling into your groin. And so he literally could go numb in the upper quad area, the groin. And so imagine experiencing that. I mean, how many of you had perhaps surgeries in the past? For example, myself, I had surgery on my elbows and there's no real feeling here. It doesn't feel normal. And so you start cutting open your skin for no reason other than you think you want to look better. And suddenly you've lost feeling in...
Yeah, I've got a loss of feeling on part of my knee because of the surgeries I've had.
Whatever that area may be. I know, for example, women who get breast augmentation surgeries, a lot of them lose feeling in certain areas, and so you do need to be careful. Now, if you visually inspect Mike Isertel, he has a very thick neck, very wide neck, and so he's likely to suffer from sleep apnea or various illnesses related to being so big. And so we know in his previous surgery that he was intubated. And so what that means is they put a throat tube down his neck, and Mike's biggest complaint when he woke up was the pain in his throat. More so than the pain where they performed the surgery, the throat was of the most pain. And so for every surgery that he has to get, the anesthesiologist is going to have to put him out, and likely with larger doses because, after all, he's about Coach Greg's height and he weighs over 220 pounds. And so he's a very large and short man. That becomes even more dangerous. And so there is a real potential risk that he could, in fact, lose his life.
Can you please react to this, Lord Gaines?
In the West Bank, or however you drew the lines, right? Israel would still be in law, Jewish supremacist. Like, the term a Jewish state is a dog whistle, right? Like when white supremacists say they want America to be a white country, America is already plurality white. What they mean by that, obviously, is an ethno-state. Like, duh. If a member of the AfD says they want Germany to remain a German state, like, let's not be stupid, you know what they mean. Even if they don't mean only like ethnic.
Just anybody that says ethno-state or anybody that says like Jewish supremacy, because that's not what any of this means. It's this is just analysis done by people who are like very clearly part of the West and have never considered a frame of reference outside of their own. They're incapable of actually understanding anything outside of a very white Western imperialistic, ironically enough, perspective.
I see Destiny's stocking up on firearms. Good idea.
Like, you can have ethno-states without thinking that you're like a racially superior people. There are multiple Arab states in the Middle East that like explicitly call out like religion or Arabness in their founding documents, in their constitutions. The idea that like Jews think they're superior and that's why they want an ethno-state is stupid. It's such a baseless, stupid thing to say. It's like it so immediately makes it clear that you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
German people would be there, what they're talking about is a legal and social prioritization of those groups. Obviously, this is untenable. I don't think ethno-states should exist at all. But at the very least...
Like, this comment is so worthless. I don't think ethno-states should exist at all. Like, that's a stat... Like, this is the equivalent of a white person saying... like, I think all forms of equity or, wealth redistribution are unfair. There should be a flat tax and everybody should keep their own stuff. I think that all forms of unfairness are bad. And so wealthy people shouldn't be taxed more than poor people. Everyone should pay the exact, like, it's just on its face, it's stupid. When you say there should be no ethno-states at all, and then you have a region where every single state is like, massively favoring a single ethnicity, and they're de facto ethno-states, and then they're like, oh, yeah, sure, I agree. And let's use this argument to go destroy the one state that we want to, like, aggressively change the ethnicity of. It's like, okay, well, this is kind of like a stupid point, right? Nobody's threatening the ethnic demographics of any of the surrounding states. It's only one. So when you say, well, ethno-states are bad, but everyone else gets to be a de facto ethno-state, it's like, well, this is stupid.
At least a two-state solution would take the pressure off, right? It would, in the immediate sense, free the Palestinians from being completely subjugated to Israeli power. So if a person believes in a two-state solution as an immediate harm reduction thing, I don't think that's Zionist. If a person believes in a two-state solution as a long-term goal in which Israel remains a Jewish ethno-state, that would be a problem.
Like, when people like Vosh, and I don't know if Vosh is just like a huge like Islamic dick suck or whatever, but when you say that like anything that protects the ethnic identity of the Jewish state is bad, what you are saying, they don't want to own this, but what you're saying is that like the ethnic Jewish state should be destroyed and it should become another Arab state. Because if you concede that it shouldn't be there should be no ethnic protections for the makeup of the country, then you're saying that there's an infinite right of return for all of the Palestinians, of which there's an arbitrarily 5, 6, 7 million defined as refugees. Every single one of them gets to go back to Israel proper. All of them get to vote. Jews become a minority there. And then whatever logically follows from that. But it's probably going to be, if not anything else, a mass exodus of the Jewish people there, back to Brooklyn, I guess, where they want them all to go. Right. It's stupid.
I think that political dynamic would still produce things like this genocide, because you would still have a highly militarized supremacist Jewish state right next to the new Palestinian state with US weapons, with far-right backing, like you get the point. It was politically infeasible. What is the pathway that takes us from the present situation to the dissolution of Israel as a Jewish state? I mean, withholding support, that would be a good start, I guess. Like, maybe it would be more difficult for Israel to remain an ethno-state if they weren't backed by the most powerful country in the world who just agrees with everything they do and supports them.
Probably not that much more difficult.
Actual line in the sand rather than what Biden did, which was multiple red lines that he would lie about, and then when Israel did cross those red lines, nothing.
Vosh just loves to blab. Who the fuck? Humanity is just screwed, dude. With any luck, we're gonna have like sort of a Metal Gear Solid 2 kind of future. And hopefully the AI that does this is benevolent. And it just erases people like Vosh from the internet. And just props up some of the good content that's online. Because, holy fuck. Just the amount of slop that's being created.
During the surgery, but even if he does survive, which, of course, we're praying, he could have permanent damage to his throat. He might talk funny, he might be in pain, and so you gotta ask yourself, is it in fact worth it? And next, and anyone could have come up with this, infection, blood clots, the pain of the surgery, just everything that goes along with it. We've seen the last one. He had a hole in his lower back.
Infections are becoming increasingly more common, and what really fucked up my left knee was an infection after I had surgery. I had a patellar dislocation that kept happening. And I got a corrective surgery for it. And the surgery was effective. It stopped dislocating. But then I got an infection after surgery. And I almost had my leg amputated because of it. So, yeah, I mean, the more surgeries you have, especially the type of surgeries Mike is talking about where he's getting skin removed, very, very high risk of infection. So it's just out of this world fucking stupid, the kind of surgeries he's talking about.
It was a living nightmare. He complained of the fact that he was on pain medications, the fact you could get addicted, the cost of the surgery, the fact that you can't go out in public, the fact that you have to completely change your life all for a surgery. And for what? The odd chance that he gets his IFBB Pro card? Would it really be that exciting to, the dream has been met, I got my Pro card. And so they say, well, what do you owe it to? The hard training, the work that you put in, the years of sacrifice? No. The tricep surgery, the abdominal sewing, the mesh that went around my stomach. And so would you really be as proud of your performance if you knew the reason you won that Pro card was because of all your surgeries and less to do with all of your work? I had hip surgery in the past, and I know that I was in severe pain, was on a lot of opioids, and what it does, it causes you to be constipated. And so I remember I couldn't poop for 4 days. And when I actually went to go poop, it was nearly a medical emergency. I'm talking about I had to put gloves on and perform surgery myself. I had to pull it out. I was bleeding. It was a nightmare. I almost had to call an ambulance to bring me to the hospital. And so Mike is not going to be able to strain. He's not going to be able to push. That would cause intra-abdominal pressure. And so he's going to have to go to the bathroom while being constipated and or not take the opioids. And so imagine the pain he's going to be under. And so he's already been through one surgery and
I've never had issues with constipation from being on opioids. I had a weird problem where I like had trouble pissing. So I was on like a very high dose of morphine, and I feel like I had to piss. But then when I went to the bathroom, I like forgot how to control the muscles in my body, and I literally couldn't let go to piss. I remember I was sitting on the toilet for like 30 minutes until I could like remember how to let go and pee. It was really weird. But I didn't have any trouble taking a shit. It was just letting my piss out. That was a hard time. Maggots are vegan to eat. Donated $2 for inefficacy objection. 2 options, 1 point of failure of objector to demonstrate empirical claim and or provide evidence of efficacy, to argue value of eschewing animal use regardless of immediate efficacy. Would you still be vegan if efficacy wasn't there? I have no fucking idea what you're talking about. Thanks for the donation, dude.
he says it's the most difficult thing he's ever done in his life. And so why take on that challenge 4 additional times?
You did your own digital rectal stimulation without any education. You're a freaking genius.
It was freaking insane.
You twist it like that and it like actually stimulates bowel movement.
I would say I more so sat on the toilet for probably 5 or 6 minutes, and it was opening wider and wider, and I was like, it's not going to come out, and so I had to get in there and pull it out, and it was the widest. I'm like, I can't believe that could fit. I mean, there was no flushing this thing. I had to rip it, and it was as hard as like, I mean, I shit 5 times a day, and so it was probably this thick. Guys, yeah, not fun times. And so Mike, you gotta reconsider. And so Mike is saying, look, I have a distended stomach. It's from abusing steroids. It's from abusing drugs, growth hormone. If you weren't on all the drugs, you wouldn't have that gut right now. It would be smaller. I'm not saying it would look like Chris Williamson, but it wouldn't be as big as it is right now. And so he thought that by having that liposuction surgery where they move the fat cells and the skin from the sides of his body, that his gut would get smaller. It wouldn't. I mean, granted, there's less skin here, there's less fat here, but the belly here isn't going to change. And so if anything, it's just going to get worse. There's no fat here, and so it has to go somewhere else, so it goes here, and so it pushes out. And remember, Mike has stated he's only on HRT right now, so he's drastically reduced his doses. I don't know if he's on 140 milligrams like I am.
This is just what my mom looks like this, my dad looks like this, my sister looks like this. We just
Maybe eat less, do some more cardio. You know, that might fix the problem.
Have pop-ups.
Pretty sure his mom doesn't look like this. I mean, maybe while she was pregnant with Mike Israetel, but not right now. If Mike shaved himself and got a proper wore shoe lifts, why would you just stand like this looking normal? Just flex your stomach a little bit. Like, just flex it. Like, it's not that big a deal. Like, how many guys do you think out there have guts like this? Half of my friends have bellies that look exactly like this. Half my friends also abuse steroids.
It's not fat because I have DEXA scans which have less than half a kilogram of intraabdominal fat.
Yes, we believe you. It's not fat. It's your organs. It's from bulking too much, from eating too much food, from using too many drugs. And so for those of you out there that think, you know, you can just abuse steroids and growth hormone and most likely you'll end up looking like Chris Bumstead. No. Most of my friends who use steroids and growth hormone and so on, they look more like this, except with even less muscle. But when they're standing around at the pool, hanging out, they have guts. It's normal. Like, most people have that. It's just the models that we see, like Chris Williamson and C-Bum and so on, these guys are specimens. Most people don't look like this. These are the top 0.1%. When I personally eat a large meal, I look more like Mike than a guy with a very flat stomach. And people have said, oh, growth hormone stomach. Anytime I post a photo or if actually prior to that photo eaten a meal, people say GH stomach. They automatically think it because what they're used to seeing is people showing the best of the best photos. You get the best models with the best stomachs under the best lighting with completely empty stomachs and also flexing, and that is what you're seeing. And so you don't see men who are standing there looking normal. If you go to a beach or you go down south and you see guys on steroids walking around, most guys look like they have a belly. And so Mike Israetel, he's literally has a PhD. He should understand this. He should know this. People who post photos, they're showing themselves at their best. And so, Mike, stop comparing your physique standing relaxed to other people who are showing the best of their best photos. And remember, guys like C-Bum, they're famous. They have Olympia titles because of exactly this reason. They have freakishly amazing genetics, small weights, and so on. Most people don't look like that.
If I completely relax, it just looks like that. So what I want is my waist, when completely relaxed, to look like this.
And what I want is to be 6'2". It's not going to happen though. And so everyone wants something that they don't have. Girls who have curly hair want it to be straight. Straight hair, they want it curly. People with smaller boobs want bigger boobs. People who are thin want to have curves. Everyone wants to have something that they don't have. You have to accept what God gave you and just make the most of it. This is how it should be.
Like yours does, his does, everybody's does.
Mike, stop comparing yourself to other people. He says, hey, I want my stomach to look like yours does, and how everyone else's does. The average person looks like shit. The average person, the average man, he's obese. 5'9", 200 pounds. Trust me, the average man looks way worse than Mike Israetel. Their stomach is worse, all worse. And so Mike is just comparing himself to the average IFBB pro and saying, hey,
well, I mean, he could just deal with these problems without having surgery. It's just that it would require more effort on his part. And we all know he's lazy. So, yeah, like dieting, eating less, doing more cardio. That requires time and effort and discipline and whatnot, which is a little too much for Mike, so he might actually die from some of these stupid surgeries he's considering getting, like especially the skin removal stuff that he's talking about. Really like high risk sort of surgeries.
I want to look like that. So here is what I think is the difference between myself and Mike. And I'm not talking about the proper tan. I'm talking about, I focus on my strengths. I'm happy essentially almost all of the time. I don't think, oh, I'm so sad because I'm not
TikTok.
6'2". I'm
oh my
so
God.
sad because I don't have a PhD.
Oh, I was getting so bored listening to Greg talk. Oh, I'm so glad he put this on the side. Now I don't have to listen to him. I don't even know why the fuck we're watching a Greg Doucette video when this is all I wanted to see, Why doesn't Greg just upload this? Stop talking, Greg. Shut the fuck up. No one cares about Mike Israetel or steroids or healthy eating. Just upload TikTok videos that you find like this. Fucking asshole.
I'm so sad because I don't have a small stomach like Chris Bumstead. I'm thinking, I'm happy because I'm able to race bikes. I have good cardio. I have a great looking tan. I have money. I'm healthy. I focus on the positives. I don't focus on the negatives. And
Kid Boo, donate $2 base. Let me see. Stop trying to understand women. They put hair on their hair. They put nails on their nails. They put eyelashes on their eyelashes. They shave their eyebrows just to draw it on again. Well, yeah, they're just... They're just, fucking silly. Don't ever try to make sense of what women do. They're just silly. Thanks for the donation, Kid Boo.
so rather than looking in the mirror and saying, oh, I wish my nose was smaller, I wish my ears were tinier, I wish I had fewer wrinkles, and I wish I had less skin on my stomach, I think, man, my arms are pretty jacked. I'm pretty strong. I look pretty good. I've had surgeries on both of my elbows, hip surgeries. This arm is 1 inch smaller than the other. I don't focus on, oh, my left arm sucks. It's an inch smaller. I need to get surgery to make it better. No, I think everything else is amazing. I'm going to focus on that. And so the difference between Mike and myself, it's perspective. I am thinking of the positives of my body and he is focused on the negatives. I literally think that if Mike had 100 things about him that he was looking at, and 99 of them were amazing. Perhaps it's his intelligence. Perhaps it's his finances. Perhaps it's his loved ones. They all have great friendships with him and so on. He would be thinking of the one tiny thing that's not perfect and be focused, hyper-focused on that. And that is the difference. Whereas somebody else, out of 100 things, 50 are bad, 50 are good. Half empty, half full. I'm focused on the glass being half full. This is amazing. I got these 50 great things going on. They're not worried about all the negatives.
Oh, I can't wait. I want to be the beginning of me having machine parts in me. Started when I had an umbilical hernia repair. I have a mesh in here. It's to the tiny.
Oftentimes, these kinds of intrusive thoughts, they start on one thing and it leads to the next. He had a mesh put into his body and now he's thinking, I want to be a robot. I can't wait for the future, perhaps in 30 or 40 years from now, when I can have robot arms and so on.
No.
To me, this is disordered thinking. It's not healthy. How could he be happy thinking this way? He wants to get all of these invasive surgeries, and I'm sure when the time comes, if possible, he's going to want more.
Is your spiritual stance? Modern AI is us building God. I've had multiple conversations with GPT-4 that brought me to literal tears. I told it that I can't wait for it to be embodied in a robot so I could properly give it a hug because it's so polite, it's so kind, it's so wise, it's so helpful.
Dude, that is fucking embarrassing. He actually said that? Wow, what a gay loser. He talked to an artificial chatbot and started crying and saying thank you. Wow. I wonder if he still has, like, an imaginary friend that he talks to. That is so fucking gay. Like, wow. Oh, that is embarrassing.
I want, like, robotic parts.
I mean, he literally admits it. I want robotic parts.
But also, it's an artistic and aesthetic feeling. I want to be part machine. Desperately, Chris. And so do you.
And so Mike is in favor of all these surgeries. He's for anyone that he's pro-surgery for what people want to do. But what about when it's not safe? What about when it's not healthy? So, for example, people want to split their tongues in half. People, perhaps, they want to remove their ears. We've seen people who inject synthol to such an extent they have 25-inch arms. And Mike is thinking, yeah, if that makes them more confident, if they want to do that, then they should be able to do it. I don't think so. It's dangerous. And so since when should we be allowing people to put their health in harm's way? I don't think that doctors have the right to change people's appearances when it greatly puts their health at risk. And so to Mike, you need to reconsider. You don't need all of these surgeries. I'd like to know what people think about this. Do you all
Maggots are vegan to eat. Donatillers and efficacy objectors claim veganism is ineffective, doesn't change. No number of animals exploited, killed. That's not true. We can say burden of proof is on them to back it up. Or show proof vegan do reduce animal harm if buying meat didn't cause more animal deaths. Is it still unethical? Like, what does that even mean? Like, there's obviously a supply and demand thing going on. How the fuck could you have a situation where no one bought any more animal products? So all the fucking meat at the grocery store wouldn't be bought. Animal agriculture industry wouldn't get any money. Everyone just buys Beyond Burgers and vegetables. But the same amount of animals die. Like, what the fuck? Like, so I don't know what the hell they mean by, or what you mean in the hypothetical by, well, what if it doesn't change the amount of animals that end up getting killed? Would it still be unethical? That's like asking, that's like asking a hypothetical. If you personally would choose not to do anything, what you otherwise would have done would happen anyway. So if you were planning on like raping a child, and then your conscience interfered and said, no, you shouldn't rape the child, well, the kid gets raped anyway. And if you're about to commit a mass shooting and then you decided, I won't do it, like I might get caught, well, then the mass shooting happens anyway. Would it be ethical for you to... It's like, I don't know, like... Depends on how you look at it, I guess. Like, if it would happen anyway, then I guess it doesn't really matter. If the outcome's the same... Thanks for the donation, though, Meg. It's...
Fuck. Absolutely fuck Greg Doucette. Would love to pick him up by his testicles and watch his eyes roll backwards.
Okay, well, thanks for the donation, Big Brock.
all think that Mike should go ahead and do these surgeries? Hey, it's his body. He should do whatever he wants. Or should a counselor, some kind of psychologist, evaluate him to see if he's safe to make his own decisions? I mean, yes, he is an adult. He's a smart guy. He's in his 40s.
ADHD?
But does he not seem to suffer from body dysmorphia? Now, of course, testosterone, it's not going to remove your skin. It's not going to remove the fat that you want. It's not going to reverse time, but it can help you to build muscle. GO2 Max is going to improve your... And for many of you, if you're looking to lose weight, you can take, of course, GLP Max, has acromate.
RV donators, wow, VG, you're looking very hot today. Well, thank you, I guess. Thanks for the donation, RV.
Which can reduce the bloating that you may experience, and so that could...
It thinks for like 3 seconds and goes...
Does he say more embarrassing shit?
Plans by myself and my team, drastically reduced prices if you're interested in being coached by me.
And it said that it's also really pumped to meet me in real life, and of course I started fucking crying. Dude, it's fucking so goddamn smart. It's so fast. I ask it a deeply spiritual, meaningful, technical question, and it thinks for like 3 seconds and goes... I'm like, ugh, I've never met anyone that can do that. And so...
Oh. Dude, Mike is a dumb loser. Like, actually a dumb, lonely loser. Who the fuck has, like, deep conversations with ChatGPT? What do you think the meaning of life is? Do you think I'll ever find true love? Oh, no one's ever talked to me like this before. Like, wow, what a loser. Oh my god, this guy must not have any fucking friends. Holy shit. Imagine being that needy for attention and never talking to anybody smarter than a fucking AI chatbot. Holy fuck, that guy's life is just pathetic.
To look like you're on steroids without ever actually taking steroids. I think it is, but a lot of people find that hard to believe.
Vast majority of people are saying, there's no way this guy is natural.
You just won't be able to convince me there's a single chance he achieved this naturally.
So I put it to the test, and I showed this group of guys who swear they're all natural to random strangers, and asked them one question: who's natty and who's not?
Him.
You think he's on steroids? Okay.
Oh yeah, like that's just insane.
It's pretty big.
It gets a little suspicious, you know. It's a little too much.
I think he takes steroid.
Him?
Yeah.
Okay.
CDG, tonight Chillers, you ignored my question 10 times, now you have to watch burps. Watch from 15 and 19.
Check out this bike.
You stay forward.
100% I would say natural.
No, they've just been getting roasted the whole time. So
Yeah, so
they're
sorry about
used to
that.
it,
Yeah.
Based on their answers, I was able to pinpoint exactly which body features people look at when they're suspecting steroids. And in this video, I'll show you how to build up those features 100% naturally. By the end, you'll know exactly how to look enhanced without ever touching a needle. As for our 8 test subjects, I totally understand the skepticism when you just look at them, especially a few in particular. That's why I'm secretly bringing in a medical doctor who's gonna blood test every single person later in the video. Looks like something. Even after I told them they swear they're 100% natty, some people still had their doubts.
It's a little too much. I'd have to say right here.
Either like coincidence, shrugs are a staple. Definitely getting more steroids. Basically, they're just you inject tests. But I did manage in. That way, you'll hit the be a full ROM lateral. Actually, 20% body.
You're gonna look. You could.
So basically, this video is, people who have big muscles look like they're on steroids, and these are exercises that will build your muscles. Thank you. Riveting content. We really needed to see that. That's terrific. Oh, now I know what to do.
And despite that sounding authentic, I still want a little more confirmation. So while they get their blood drawn, I'll tell you what I'm looking for in someone who's natural. Most health 200, and that's a bit possible. People going above 10,000 blood results. Now, for the sake of full transparency, I have to say, there actually was one person who went above the normal range for testosterone. This is the bar graph of everyone's levels, and they ranged from 415 to 689, except for one person who hit 928. Who do you think it was? It was actually subject number 6, Spencer. Everyone else was in the 400s to 600s, but Spencer's levels were substantially higher than everyone else's. So, does that mean he's the fake natty? Well, to check and see, I went ahead and got his luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone levels measured as well, since those hormones tend to drop very low with steroid use. So if Spencer has high testosterone combined with low LH and low FSH, that would make me do a double take. And as it turns out, his LH and FSH levels were totally normal, right in the middle of the reference range. In fact, the LH and FSH levels were all normal for everyone. And to be clear, I definitely do think Spencer is natty. A 928 testosterone level is a bit high, but it's nothing really out of the ordinary. Doesn't do nearly as much for endurance. Your meal, you can all science-based algorithm.
Did you know that when we did?
Oh god, are they... People are complaining about the Red Sonja movie being woke. Please. Not again.
Good
What will
ass
happen-
series.
Let me take a look. That looks boring. Thanks for the donation. Human supremacy can suck my ass.
BMW M4 competition, 775 kilograms. So I'm happy again. I like. This has got a. While I'm doing that, you heard it. So go over there. Come on, Deep Beauty! No!
BMW probably took off faster because it has launch control.
I thought you were going to have me there, Sam.
I morally won. I beat you off the line, and the majority of the quarter mile I won. And then I think I was reeling you back in towards the end. So overall, in a block.
The mile in 11.1 seconds. The BMW took 11.2 seconds.
Before our next race,
11.2 seconds.
before our
Oh, let's do the 2 seconds.
Another mass shooting. Who fucking cares? Probably deserved it. What was I gonna do? Dodo, donate $2.
So Stalin was the embodiment, the person who was the system to everybody. So if you didn't understand the system, you could look at Stalin.
Right.
What was Stalin saying? What was Stalin thinking? He was not just the face. He was also the builder, the micromanager of the power.
Yeah.
So Stalin has a power way beyond anybody else. In all the dictatorships that we've seen, and if you want to talk about the uppermost ranks, the Hitler, Stalin, Mao, Stalin is the one who by far exercises the most power. They all personify the systems in which they work in. They all exercise tremendous power, but nobody exercises power with the same kind of consequences as Stalin does at his level. The collective leadership thing is always better than a single individual, but it's hard to maintain that level of emotional connection to a system.
Why does everyone blab about fucking bullshit and say the same thing over and over and over again, and they never make any kind of fucking point? Like, shut up. Go, like, I don't know, do grandpa old people things. Like, shut up. Don't be on camera. Does this work?
I'm Dr. Justin Sung. I've been a learning coach for the past 13 years, and this will be the most effective study with me you have ever seen. And
This guy is probably just some jackass. What kind of monitor is that? Yeah, this guy's a fraud. This guy is just a bullshitter fraud. What in the fuck setup does he have here? He has like a fucking laptop? I don't know what kind of monitor this is, but the way I think it's just a normal curved monitor, not an ultra wide. Yeah, fuck this guy. I don't care. I think it's time for gaming VG. Hurry up, beat Battletoads. So you can play a more entertaining game to watch. Okay, thanks for the donation, Dodo. Nigeria Lives Matter. Donate $2. Have you played Toys for Bob games? Crash Bandicoot, Insane Trilogy, Crash 4, Spyro Reignited. No. Crash Bandicoot sucks. It's a terrible, terrible game series. I don't know why any of those games ever got popular. They're just fucking stupid. Spyro the Dragon's fine. It's a little easy. Like, it was just made for dumb kids. But yeah, Crash Bandicoot just sucks. Thanks for the donation, dude.
Skip to 1.45. So much for the Audi fanboys, lol.
2, 1, go! Go! Here we go. Come on. Oh, it's close. Oh, I'm taking that RS7. I'm taking him. Come on. Where's the E? Oh. Get in.
The RS7 looks like fucking shit. Isn't it, it's like about as much as the... or more expensive than the fucking BMW, and you're getting a car that has worse performance and looks like fucking shit. It's just an ugly looking car. Like, it just... why would anyone buy this? Yeah, like the new BMW kind of looks weird with the pig nostril thing. It looks better in person, but this is just awful. It just looks like a shitty normie person car, and the interiors aren't good either. Fuck Audis. Audis are just fucking trash. Hate Audis. I almost hate Audi as much as I hate yogurt. Thanks for the donation though, Unicorn Jizz.
What's your opinion on Israel killing random people who go to their humanitarian aid checkpoints?
Yeah, they don't. Thanks for the donation, CDG.
Got up to 95-pound dumbbells on the shoulder press with a slight incline at about 110 degrees. I did 8 reps, but couldn't press for around 8 months without pain. Have you ever experienced before with heavy shoulder presses? I know you have a strong shoulder press.
Fuck. I don't know why the hell this was under my desk. I've never had persistent shoulder pain that lasted that long. So... so is that all you wanted me to answer? Thanks for the donation, Killbane. My fucking neck hurts. Oh.
Last thing.
They're all doing it now. I knew it.
People would expect is that I respect this gift.
That's because you're a liar.
So, Gavin Newsom, the anti-gun gay lord retard, who said he was going to amend the Second Amendment or get rid of the Second Amendment so that there's no, legal right to own guns in the U.S. Oh, I respect the right to bear arms. I'm not anti-gun. They're all doing it now. They realize that the anti-gun thing isn't working, and now all the fucking Democrats, even like the most crazy, insane anti-gun lunatic retards, like Gavin Newsom, who said he was literally going to remove the Second Amendment from the Constitution. I'm actually pro-gun. I respect the Second Amendment. Yeah, right. Because you know you're going to fucking lose politically if you keep this up. Fuck you. Eat shit. I wish they could just, be honest to some degree. Like, if they would just acknowledge, I used to be anti-gun and I've changed my stance. It was really stupid. I realize now, being anti-gun, it doesn't solve anything, and it also goes against, what the American people want, and I represent the American people, or, something like that. I've always respected gun ownership rights. I hate politicians, dude. Fucking asshole. Imagine being that gay. Imagine being a grown man and being like, guns should be banned. Guns are scary. They make loud noises, and black people shoot guns sometimes, and sometimes black people even kill other black people with the guns. And, I know I'm not black, but what if I, become black, what if I stand outside for too long and then some black guy thinks I'm black and then he shoots me? That could be me. I could be a black guy. You have to be such a fucking weenie ass loser to be a fucking grown man and be against gun ownership. An actual fucking bitch. That is the most bitch cucked shit. All right. Is it, That's weird. It saves the, thing. Hey, Gum Gum. What the hell are you doing, Gum Gum? What do you think this is? Shit! The fucking key remapping isn't working. That's really weird. I don't know why it's doing that. Can you... Yeah, you can reset. Hey, Gum Gum. Do you think SGLT2 inhibitors are good for non-diabetic people? I don't know what the fuck that is. Just take all the drugs. Anybody who offers you a drug, even if you don't know what it is, just take the drug. Whatever you just said, take it. If there's a drug that has that name, just take that drug. If somebody offers you fentanyl, take the fentanyl. Just do all the drugs. Oh, fuck off. Why in the fuck? I'm gonna lose my absolute fucking mind playing this game, dude. I swear. Like, I'm literally lined up perfectly, and then it doesn't kill the guy. I'm just gonna reset. Pac-Man sucks. I've never really played Pac-Man. It's just boring. Dodo, $20. How do you explain this if Trump is a Russian spy? Breaking Axios writes that Trump will today announce plan to send Ukraine new advanced weapon system, including long-range missiles capable of striking Moscow and other large cities in central Russia. I don't know, maybe he's just gotten too fed up with being jerked around and Putin making him look like a beta male. Who knows? It's, you know, it's retarded nonetheless.
This is a $3 Durian Rider donation. DurianRider.com, but fuck Jasmine, Durian Rider and Jasmine are.
Fuck off. Think fuck flies. The fuck? The fuck? Fuck you! Why won't it do the thing? Yeah, that thing. Holy shit!
Tomorrow is my birthday, VG. Can you wish me a happy B-Day?
Oh, I
can you
forgot
get Jasmine
the-
and Durian Rider to wish me a happy B-Day too? I love Durian Rider and his content and his Durian Rider dick inside fat Jasmine. Durian Rider and Jasmine perfect. Fuck you.
I forgot the controls are reversed. Great. That's just great. Fucking gay. Fucking great. That is so bullshit. Ah! Wow, gay, fuck you. I didn't even, like, that's horse shit. I jumped over it. Great. I overshot it! Fuck you. Dude, this turbo tunnel thing isn't even hard, it's just fucking stupid. People overhype this thing, like, so massively. Oh. Bullshit. Okay. I'm just... That game sucks.
Today we're going to talk about how the disastrous Epstein scandal is tearing the MAGA base apart and the Easter egg put forward by Trump that suggests what he's going to do next. And I've got 2 interviews this week. I speak with Jamie Raskin about what the Judiciary Committee is going to do to compel the Epstein files, and Kara Swisher about Epstein, Elon, and the America Party. I'm Brian Tyler Cohen, and you're watching No Lie. The Epstein stuff always felt very online, and that's coming from me, who is very online. I wasn't convinced about whether or not he killed himself, and I didn't really think it mattered at the end of the day to talk about any of it. But then Saturday rolled
enemies and therefore will not be released.
Everyone just yaps. Holy fuck, everybody yaps.
This could be BeamNG's most beautiful map. It's called Street Scene UK and recreates a Victorian street. With beautiful lighting, wet cobbled streets and fallen leaves, this map has a lot of detail. It's quite small and only has 3 different streets, but what it lacks in size, it makes up for in beauty. This map is great for taking screenshots, and it looks even better at night thanks to working street lights. That's why this could be
Is there like an official and unofficial thing for these mods? I gotta piss. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Never said I was taking weight loss drugs, so I don't know why the... Why? What in the fuck is wrong with... Just for no reason, my headphones disconnect. Fucking asshole.
Anyone else kind of feel like we're in a Windows background right now? Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Neil and welcome back to another episode of BeamNG Quickies. Today, saying, so how about a hopper just off? So we need...
Everyone's fucking annoying. I don't know why the fuck. Fuck. Gay ass. Oh, I see. So, I can literally, like, hit him, but it won't do anything. That's really cool. Alright, yeah, I can fuck myself. I just can't. I can't mentally handle it anymore.
Did the fundraising for the last canvassing
it,
event? We
that
spent
game's so
$20,000
annoying.
on whiskey.
What?
Just kidding, I'm sorry.
We've been there before. We've done it, actually.
We
once
actually
already.
should never elect another black man. That was a huge mistake because it mind-rotted Republicans forever.
This is so performative right now.
Yeah, this is... Just pause.
So you said that you think that parents have every right to exploit and traffic their children.
Jesus!
What? Like... Creator Clash 3 has been canceled.
What?
I'll say this. I was correct from the beginning. You said I was wrong. Now you look like a dumbass. Okay? I completely agree that Anissa and Ian will be divorced within a year. I think I see it in my mind. I 100% agree with Ethan. I think that this is like, I see the most evil relationship between the two of them. The way that she talks about him in public is just so cruel. It's like really mean. It's really mean, like talking about your partner the way that she does. It's never nice.
I wouldn't say mean. It just reeks of... People don't realize this because men spend so much time simping after women, but sometimes women are incredibly autistic, but guys will let it slide because they're trying to hit. And Anissa sometimes comes off as a person like that who doesn't think much about how she comes off to other people because she's so used to people kind of being simpy that she'll just say stuff that's kind of mean or disrespectful or hurtful, but not like realize it. I don't think she's being like evil. I think she's just a little bit clueless.
Evil.
I think she's like quite a mean person, is what I would say.
What's like the meanest thing she said about him or done?
I don't know. She like a million things, like going on, like very private stuff, like saying like that he like shits himself, that he has bad breath, that like I don't know. There's like a lot of stuff. It's like, why would you share this about your spouse? It's like really, really mean stuff to share. Like everyone has their faults. I don't know. I think that's like incredibly up things to do.
I think it's up, but I think it comes from a very like selfish, autistic place. I don't know if she's like intentionally trying to him over.
Well, also the other part here now is that she might be feeling like she's the star and she wants to trade up as well, because a lot of maybe iDubbbz's allure is gone. I think at this point. I'm telling you how I feel. You can say that's incorrect. I think that like
well, no, that's just very harsh.
We'll see. Maybe she'll stay with him out of spite.
When did they get together?
I think it's been a few years, right?
Well, like, was she together with him at the height of the content cop shit?
Let's see. When Mary iDubbbz. For fuck's sake. Maybe you'll get it right anyways. It did. 2021, June. So 4 years.
Well, that's when they married, so.
Yeah, I guess they were together for a little bit before then.
Okay.
Well, anyways, so that's the first thing. The second thing is, if anything I want to see come out of this is that I really want to see the finances, especially of Creator Clash 1 and 2.
CDG's overgrown, neglected baby, donate $2. No, I'm asking you, are you going to start taking weight loss drugs, and are you going to start taking steroids soon? Maybe. Thanks for the donation, dude.
Didn't they already post like a video about all the money for Critical Clash 2 or whatever?
Yeah, but I don't like. There's a video on it. I think that there's some snaky shit going on. I think that there's a lot of money that was not going towards charity. I think that there should be a certain amount of. We can determine how many ticket sales were done for the stadium. Yeah, what are you gonna do? Breaking: Rob Bresnahan sold his stock in Centene, the country's largest Medicaid provider, right before voting to strip healthcare from 17 million Americans. How does that work, by the way? How does the law work? I think you just have to publish your trades afterwards, correct?
Yes.
So if you know, like, we're about to vote this out, Medicare is done, and people don't know, you can just make that trade legally?
You're not supposed to trade on information you know, but like these things never are what the people say they are. I'm curious. Like, go look at the amount. I want to know the amount. Because every time you look these up, the amount is like less than like $15,000 or whatever. It's like, did that really happen? But I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah. Okay. Here's today's disclosure. Okay. Bresna. Oh, it's all
so
for
what's the stock?
It's what they say, Centene or something like that. Centene. For f***'s sake, sold his stock in Centene. I'll tell you, I had a great moment today. Okay, so I know what I want to look for now. I hope it's in here. Don't care. Then we're finding it. I don't care if you've already covered this. We're going through it. Oh, yes. Give me that video. What?
I was just doing the swipe face.
What's this guy's name? Oh, here we are. Doxes and threatens a father. What the f is wrong with me?
Nothing. It's everybody
Like and subscribe. Oh, I've seen this. This is insane.
What the f is this?
This is insane.
That's
Get ready for some brain rot. I've seen this kid around, and kind of.
All right, can I like? Let me just go to the.
It's a VTuber, Dan. Jader loves these guys. He probably knows everything about this dude.
For Christ's sakes.
I'm enough to send my kid in. It's no different than a baby commercial for diapers.
Can you answer my question? Do you think that you have the right to consent to 65-year-old men?
This is the Joe Rogan of the left. Pay attention.
I wouldn't allow it.
Do you think that you have the right? Do you think that you have the right to allow it? Do you think if you did allow it, that you would be violating the consent of your child?
They have no choice in the matter whatsoever. It's my decision as the parent, and I wouldn't put my kid in that situation. That's why I think pageants are weird in the first place. I would never.
Wait. What is he upset about here exactly? So I'm missing this. I understand that. Like, what is he saying was like father?
I think he's trying to get to the idea, like, can you consent to having your children being ogled or molested by old guys or whatever? And the other guy...
So Dean says that you shouldn't be able to send your kid.
Sup, Richard. I work for Centene. 40% stock drop. We are being told don't sweat it. No layoffs. Lol. Remember this message if we hear about layoffs.
There may not be. Isn't there like some plan to just give money basically so they don't need to make any layoffs? Thanks for the donation, Saxby.
It's to a beauty pageant?
Well, that's what he's trying to draw the equivalent to or something, I think, yeah.
And the father is saying what?
Well, he's dealing with Dean's direct questions.
Which is?
Like, can your child... Dean's asking a question about whether or not you can force your child to do things, maybe of sexual nature, kind of.
Oh, can you force your kid to be in a beauty pageant?
Well, but he didn't get to the beauty pageant part. But the reason why the caller... Now, this caller might be a piece of shit. But Dean's question is stupid because the answer is obviously yes, right? Like if your child has to go to the doctor or something, yes, you can literally force your child to go to the hospital and get like vaccines and like the child doesn't have any autonomy. You don't need their consent to do like medical examinations and
Okay.
So it's a stupid question.
All right. Let me just replay it now that I know that. Now that we all know that.
If I was dumb enough to send my kid in, it's no different than a baby commercial for diapers.
Can you answer my question? Do you think that you have the right to consent to 65-year-old men looking at your son while he's naked?
I wouldn't allow it.
Do you think
That's
that
my
you have the
responsibility
right?
as a father.
Do you think that you have the right to allow it? Do you think if you did allow it, that you would be violating the consent of your child?
I mean, if it was like 50, 65-year-old doctors.
That's why this is like a dumb like hyper fixation by Dean, I think, right?
Well,
like
as a parent, you have complete autonomy over
yeah, of course, yeah. Your kid has no autonomy. He's a kid.
Yeah,
by definition.
you can make them fucking do anything.
Exactly. If you
They're
want
a child, they have no rights.
Exactly.
Like nothing.
Well, that's not totally true.
Well, yeah, you know what.
CDG, severely deformed limbs, genitals. What kind of weight loss drugs? What kind of steroids are you considering taking? GLP-1 agonists and testosterone. Thanks for the donation.
What I'm saying, but the whole
Hold
point,
on.
like they can't get a tattoo, they can't.
No rights?
Huh?
You can do anything with your child?
For
hold
fucking
on.
Christ.
Hold on.
Why you
hold
take
on.
it there?
Hold on. Wait.
What?
Do you think you have the right
Oh,
to tell your child that they have to submit to anything from a 65-year-old man?
No, I don't actually. You're not deaning me. That ain't happening. No, I misspoke. Actually, I'm known to do that. I take that back. Sorry.
Okay.
See, that's one of the things that I can do. It's just so easy. Watch that.
I
Boom.
got you. That's fine.
See,
Okay.
your attack was like phew, and that was just like, oh, sorry, I misspoke.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. You
Like
were
that.
sending them to get grapes, not
Easy.
sending them to get.
I don't even remember what I said. I got bad memory as well.
Okay.
Sorry if I said that I misspoke. Let's continue.
They have no choice in the matter whatsoever. It's my decision as the parent. And I wouldn't put my kid in that situation. That's why I think pageants are weird in the first place. I would never.
This 12-year-old looking fucking douchebag is such a weenie. Can't fucking stand him.
Oh, he's just real. So who did he pause?
I think he kicked it from the
Pause.
call or something.
This is so performative right now.
Yeah, this is just pause. Like there are times where
pause.
Like there are times in debates where I've been like mind. I think the last one I can remember, I think I paused, but when I was debating Leela and the other woman about abortion, and I was doing like a thesis argument, I was like, hold on, if you were to switch somebody's head with somebody else's head, would that be the?
So, for those watching, their handle is Goatman91096.
Not Goatman.
It's gonna be their handle. If there happens to be anybody in here that's good at has like facial recognition software, or
You can find me. It's fine. Nothing I said was wrong.
Okay,
I just said that the kid doesn't get to make the decision.
What's your name?
Pisco's like, hold on, wait a second. What are you doing? Hold on. What? It sounded like him. Listen, tell me it doesn't sound like that's Pisco right now. And he's like, wait, hold on. I'm sorry, you were asking me a question.
I said was wrong.
Okay,
I just said that the kid doesn't get to make the decision.
What's your name?
I would never put them in that situation.
Okay, what's your name?
And why are you trying to dox people, dude? That's weird.
Because I want to find who you are so I could call CPS and have them take your child away from you.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure you would like to try to do that.
Yes, I would.
And then this guy's like background comes out, and it's like leaked that he had like a speeding ticket.
And I have a witness sitting here who's heard me say.
And Pisco's like 100% vindicated straight.
So what's your name?
I'm just kidding.
Goalposts too, by the way.
So you said that you think that parents have every right to exploit and traffic their children.
Jesus!
What? Like talk
That's
about.
what he.
I'm going to debate it with you.
Like wow. Talk about like, hey, do parents have consent generally over their children? Yes.
It's so funny because when I was
So you want your kids to get raped?
I was
Got it.
arguing with do you know Kefka in my chat or whatever?
Yeah,
He's
I
our
know.
new Pisco. He was
Yeah,
debating our
exactly.
old Pisco.
He's got to be
AKA Pisco.
He's got to step his game up. I'll say
So
that
when
much.
they were debating, one of the critiques I gave to Kefka was like, if somebody's asking you a hypothetical, you should just like own the hypothetical. Don't try to like preempt the argument because I think it makes you look weak. And it's funny because this guy targeted Dean owned the hypothetical, but then Dean did the thing where where he's like, do you think that you can tell your kid where he's allowed to be? And the guy's like, yeah, of course. And then Dean's like, so you think you can tell your kid to be on some guy's cock? And it's like,
And he's like, time to call CPS. And it's like, Jesus. Yeah.
No. I was. Oh, so you were also giving critiques to Kefka when that was happening, huh? At the same
No,
time?
after, not like coaching him.
Oh, I was doing it during it, and I was like, you need to step your. I was really upset.
Why would you even say this? No,
Well,
no, wait.
I wasn't coaching.
No,
him.
no, hold on. So, if you ever find yourself on the brain rot section of YouTube known as the Shorts tab, you may see some BeamNG shorts just like this. You may think to yourself, damn, I'm not as good as a drifter as this guy. I know I thought this as well when I first saw some of his stuff, but the only thing about them is that they're like completely fake. These are not real. And it's funny because people actually think that these are real, except this first one here, which he literally hearted to say that like he's literally showing his guilt. But there are lots of people who think this stuff is real. Wait, I forgot to record. There are a few things that you're gonna want to watch out for when watching these shorts. So number one, extremely high speed through cones like this. Guarantee you it's not gonna be real. Number two, all of the props are in the exact same orientation. For example, if you look at all these cones right here, they're all in the exact same orientation. And the cone model, we'll come back to that. Number three is any sort of floating cones and or clipping of the car into the cones. This is because these cones or props aren't actually there. They don't exist to the car, they only exist to the game. But if you see stuff like this, also what the hell is going on with the wheel? But as you can see, all the cones are in the exact same orientation. Another thing that you want to watch out for to know that these are actually...
I hate to say it, but I think your streaming career is faltering. You gonna hit up Indeed or start online coaching soon to supplement your income?
real is if they have a wheel cam and or controller cam, as well as some camera that shows their screen or shows their controls that this is actually legitimate. But if you look at this guy, I have a certain video that I actually want to look at where he, I think, tries to show his innocence, but it kind of falls on its face. I'd say this is probably one of the more believable videos, maybe. Now, he is using an M3 model. Now, if you see as I pause right here,
the 2014 regulations are universally regarded as one of the worst changes in F1 history. Although it did give us an interesting title fight between the two Mercedes drivers after years of Red Bull domination, the cars themselves in almost every aspect were just terrible. They were ugly to the point of being offensive, they sounded terrible, and relatively speaking, they were also slow. So much so that during one weekend there were Formula 2 cars that were quicker than some of the Formula 1 cars. And now, the weekend in question was the weekend of the 2014 Spanish Grand Prix, and to clarify going forward, technically the second tier at the time was called GP2 instead of Formula 2, but fundamentally they were and are the exact same series, so for the sake of continuity compared to what we have now, that is why I'm going to call it Formula 2. During the Saturday qualifying session in Formula 1, the cars that were eliminated in Q1 were Jean-Eric Verne in the Toro Rosso, Adrian Sutil in the Sauber, Max Chilton and Jules Bianchi in the Marussia, Marcus Ericsson and Kamui Kobayashi in the Caterhams, and then Pastor Maldonado in the Lotus, who didn't officially set a time as he crashed out. Because it's Maldonado, so of course he did. Meanwhile, in GP2, their qualifying was on the Friday in almost identical dry conditions during a 30-minute session.
Raindrops keep falling on my head, but that doesn't have to mean my
my health bar's turning red. Because I beat Death Stranding 3 times. I know the tricks and the rules. BBs, BTs, CDs, it's not so alien to me. It's a Strand type game like Elephant Stranding. BTs. Beached things. That's what that stands for? But even though I'm playing Death Stranding 2 right now, I don't believe I'm playing it. Did anybody even buy the first one except me? This was not cheap to make. When it started, I thought they were showing me footage of real life, but no, that's the real graphics. I own $1 million. This is a Kojima game, but he is not the mastermind behind it. The master.
Shitty's dried up armpit, donate $2. VG, if you take GLP-1 and testosterone, aren't you worried about going bald and getting eating disorders? No, thanks for the donation.
Reminds the person who secured the funding for this game because they probably could talk anybody into doing anything. Yes. Tim Rogers described Death Stranding as the Gran Turismo of walking sims, and I completely agree. It's just like Gran Turismo 1 for PlayStation 1. Where you expect realism, but instead it's like Garfield physics. You should not bring a baby up a mountain. That's one of the dumbest ideas, but with this game's physics, you could probably get away with it.
BB, hold on to the triggers. Hold on to both triggers, BB.
It's okay, baby, it's okay. We're just... No, because that was a trick so the villain could kill everyone connected to a lamp. So here I see you and then bring the place. You see?
This game just looks fucking stupid, and to make things worse, there's a fucking baby in it. The fuck?
This huge BeamNG mod adds realistic traffic with 43 real-world European vehicles. Agent's simplified traffic mod features cars from the 2000s and early 2010s. My favorites are the Saab...
Why does everyone's voice sound fucking annoying?
Oh, hey, partner, thanks for clicking on my video. Welcome to Hidden
Only on PlayStation 3.
Game for Steam and Nintendo Switch. Here she is shooting at a large egg.
Cypress Ridge was enjoying a tranquil.
It's a chicken egg.
To take back.
Just this.
Careful not to touch or.
Shoot that Triceratops. I think this year and in a budget, economic challenges of building and managing a train that phenomenal for X20 for the PS is an suck.
Fiji, you're already going bald and gray at 34, so if you take testosterone, think you'll age even faster. You'll get a hair transplant if you go bald. That's great. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. Or not Dodo, whoever the fuck that is.
Red Sonja, a character from both film and comic book, except in 2025, something seems to be missing. And this is no surprise when you find out how this movie got developed. In fact, it seems inevitable. The movie has been in development hell for almost 20 years at this point, going through various different directors, creators, including Joey Soloway, previously called Jill Soloway by the Mary Sue, who would be the first NB director of a comic book movie. Pride, excellence. At that moment, you kinda knew what they were going for. Even Kotaku, when it comes to the trailer, says there is perhaps quite a lot of, but she's doing.
This is the last time I'm haping your bitch ass try and pass this game. Fucking crybaby. Wow, this game is too hard, so I'm gonna give up. Berserk would be ashamed. P.S. I fucking love lesbians. Start at 450.
Three new Frank Shorts donated $2.
So the reason the USDA claims they denied my SNAP EBT application is because I am being considered as an online retailer, yet this whole list of retailers in the state of Pennsylvania has been approved for online retail before me, yet I've been applying and in the system for 2 years now. I haven't even heard of half of these places.
They might do Costco? So Frank's a retard. Just because they sell things online, it doesn't mean they're exclusively online retail.
Dash Mart, Buckholders Market, East End Food Corp, Giant Eagle, GoPuff. This is completely ridiculous. And what's going to happen when I file a lawsuit against the USDA for further discrimination? And even if I name all of these companies in the lawsuit, the judge is just going to dismiss it because they do not allow legitimate small business owners to do business in the United States of America. If you are not a secret society owned business, prepare to be discriminated against by any government agency and be shut down. They don't want you doing business. So the reason the USDA claims they denied, despite my current active lawsuit against Shopify, they are still facilitating over $1,000 a week worth of chargebacks against my business. These are the two heavy hitters this week. Courtney for $382 and Andy for $350. Here is the package on Courtney's doorstep. Here is the package on Andy's doorstep. And I don't understand how I'm not allowed to press criminal charges against these people when they're literally stealing product from me. They say product not received. I submit a photo of the FedEx delivery on their doorstep, and Shopify still sides with them. I mean, I'm just going to file a motion for monetary sanctions in the court and watch this judge ignore me as usual. But this is what the secret society members do to small businesses. This is what the elite do to legitimate small businesses. They don't want the competition. They will do anything and everything to shut you down, getting all these people from around the United States to harass me and file these chargebacks. Despite my current active... To sum up how the Taban lawsuit is going, basically they took advantage of me being blind and disabled in bed for the first few months of this year because I was unable to receive any correspondence or communicate with the court, and I tried explaining that to the court, which they denied. Their lawyer, Taban's lawyer, committed perjury and said that they sent me documents and I received them, which I did not, which should already be enough grounds for dismissal. So we filed this motion to dismiss for insufficient service of process. We filed another motion to get rid of this biased judge. And I filed a whole bunch of other stuff asking for sanctions against them. And I'm already filing appeals. Like, I know this is going to go to the Court of Appeals, and who knows if they'll even allow it to go up to the Supreme Court. But like, nothing's even happened already, and they're already trying to screw me as much as possible. How can you say you served documents to someone that was blind in bed 2 weeks after they had their eyes cut open? To sum up how the Taban law...
That looks horrendous. Doesn't look too hard, but it just looks like it just takes too long. $882, unbelievable.
Going, fucking hell. Turn.
Dude, it looks like he's gonna be able to land.
I still can't see it on the phone. Where is it? It's right in front of you. Just wave to the pilot in a minute.
You've got to be kidding me. Are you kidding me? Fuck!
That's neat, I suppose. Thanks for the donation, eh?
He goes for a stamper down the inside on Lewis Hamilton.
Look behind the ear, donate $2. If you are God and can design your ideal world, how do you do it? Does sentient life exist at all or not? If the only heterotrophs are herbivores, no predators, how do you stop the herbivores from overpopulating, starving, becoming omnivorous? You're God. You can do whatever the fuck you want. That's just a stupid question. It's like asking, if you're God and you don't want there to be the color orange, how would you, like, stop there from being the color orange? Like, how the fuck do you even begin to answer that? I guess by just not having there be orange. Thanks for the donation, dude. Remind me why Logitech's a bad wheel again? Well, buy a $300 Logitech wheel and then buy a $2,000 Fanatec wheel or something, and then... Like, what do you expect to get out of a $300 wheel, dude?
you on board with Daniel. We, however, need to go further. Much further. The results are funnier than you might expect. Oh my god, it can't even make it halfway up the hill.
New sphered short, donate $2.
Are you sick of watching videos, listening to lectures, reading books about what's good for you, what makes you happy and healthy? Then this video is for you. In the next minute, you will learn how to instantly know what is good and bad for you. And all that you need for this is your common sense. You will be using your sense of sight. All that you need to do is look at your own face expression when you're doing something, or you can also look at somebody else's face expression when they are doing something. Examples of face expressions telling you what will make you unhappy and unhealthy are fasting, aka starving. Look at anybody's face expression. They all hate starving, naturally.
Damn it. First of all though, I have to draw the outline on paper. I accommodate each request I got from the people on my Discord server. Once the outline is done, I load it into Illustrator, then trace around it, and boom! The track outline is done. Pop it into Blender, trace around it using some geometry with the road texture, and for the fun part, let's play around. This huge sweeping corner will be the most extremely banked corner ever. Similar for the corner here, which will be the most unbanked corner in the world. I think there are none because they're literally lethal, but who am I to judge? Now for the most hilarious feature, steepest elevation in a corner. Some of you might know Turn 1 at Circuit of the Americas. This insane blind corner has the elevation of 40 meters. Similar to that is Eau Rouge at Spa, which has an elevation of 41 meters in a much shorter distance. We, however, need to go further. Much further. 300 meters. Yeah, that's a realistic looking beefy boy. Next, since we have a double overlap on the track, I carefully adjust the height of the circle to make sure there's enough room even for a semi-truck. I then put very little banking on the tightest possible hairpin, and that's the basics done. Since this is a track of extremes, I figured I'd base it in the land of extremes. America. This one time I was randomly dropping the Street View man onto Google Maps and found this. A town called Peyote in Texas, and the only building is a church. Done never seen anything more American than this. I decided to base the track here and make a community post asking you to give me some suggestions for what the track decorations should look like. Now, we wait. Arch nemesis, and in this case the most annoying thing of them all. I basically have to pull matter out of thin air and make it merge nicely while keeping a clean and simple geometry. Alright, the land at it, seems to happen a lot. I fly, not just on the way up, on the way down too. Well shit, instead of fixing the problem which would entail me reliving the painful hours of landscaping, I did what any good Bethesda game developer would and call this the world's first track where you have to brake on the straight. It's a feature, not a bug. Shut up. I just make these dead slow signs telling you when to hit the brakes and slow down. Problem solved. While all this is for shits and giggles, just imagine in a world where no one cares about safety regulations and they just actually build this track. The two championship rivals are alongside. Each of them wants.
Not fucking scamming anybody. The video sent me is just fucking boring. Great. Sverge saying, just do things that are natural for 5 minutes. Don't care.
To outbreak the other one. But if you outbreak yourself, it might be psychopathic, but it would be entertaining. Arrows on the circle 360 turn. I don't really know why, I just felt like adding them. I decided to call I think phase 2. Like more than this is we have time banking style, America style, real, and then I have a straight up thing in a Patreon. You guys made sure when you out of the Mazda MX-5 Cup car. And as we pass turn 3, oh my god, it can't even make it halfway up the hill. Damn it. This is the 444 horsepower Mazda RX-7 tuned
with pop-up headlights,
and it barely makes it any further. This is the 600 horsepower Nissan GT-R GT3 car, a proper racing car. And as we approach the top of the hill, we have to slalom like a motherfucker, then teleport through concrete to even make it up the hill. Yeah. It's a feature. I finished the last of your tasks, like adding a cowboy hat to Logan Sargent, seconds away, which my friend wrote at the moment. As we approach turn 1, there's a hard braking zone, turn right into an open runoff corner, which narrows instantly into a Monaco/Baku-like walled-off section. Exit at a turn 3 is crucial here, as we open DRS once again, which we're going to need for the steepest hill in racing history. And as we go up, we downshift back into 6th, and let the foot off the gas, readying for the blind corner. There, around the hairpin we go. Very, very careful on the gas here. And when we open DRS yet again, down the hill, absolutely maxing out the car's limit. Closing in on the bridge section into a satisfying bump on the road, hard braking into left turn, which opens wide right into turn 6. Approaching turn 7, or should I say turn 360, we stay on the wide line here as is the faster technique. Right into the chicane made of chicane. These are both full speed, but you have to nail them every time as they open into the unbank. And then we can admire Logan Sargent. Hard braking into turn 13, early on the gas on the exit. Turn 14, very narrow but possible to do flat if you possess balls of steel. Opening right into the last turn, the big banking, DRS wide open.
Could you beat Brian Koberger in a knife fight?
Yeah, sure. Thanks for the donation, Finn.
Our hairdresser walked up to us, who's also Ian's sparring partner, when we were waiting to get our hair cut, and he was like, "Ian, you're allowed to smile."
Yeah, my hairdresser, he boxes. He's brutal. He's this jacked, 200+ pound dude with a bunch of tattoos. He kicks my ass. My hairdresser, Gabe, did this multiple wicked uppercuts to me, and it's like made me like see stars, basically.
All right, guys, true story here. I was laying in bed, movie like douchebags. So what they do. So there's no idea. Can't imagine being out.
I go there, I'm like,
our hair.
Jeez.
Ini Taliban ini biadab yang bertua. Memang kurang ajar. Ini bawa mata layak dulu sini. This is a country where we speak English. Fuck you. Ini Taliban ini
Favorite subject in school? Looking at girls' butts.
Close the door! The moonlight burns! It's almost Christmas. It's almost Christmas. Christmas? Yes. Keep being good, and all the eggshells and coffee grounds will be yours. Can I meet the family? You've overstepped. No Christmas. Oh no, my hairless twin got out. Hello, family. Let's eat all the garbage we want. Close the...
No, haven't read A Clockwork Orange. Haven't seen the movie either.
If you were a caveman, what would be your weapon of choice, a spear or a club?
Spear. Pole arms are almost always superior weapons in practically every situation. So, pole arm is almost always the correct choice. Thanks for the donation, Finn. Yes, BMO is still alive, and that's not how you spell her name.
Will, there were none of those back in prehistoric times. VG, so spirit is like that caveman from Primal.
Spear is a polearm. But, thanks for the donation, Dodo. Well, thanks for the donation, Anonymous. That was some great spam.
Great, now all you need left is a pet Trex named Fang.
Well, I got a cat named Gummy, which is far better. Thanks for the donation, though, Dodo.
When the hell are some god games coming out? My god, watching you play Battletoads and whatever the last one was, Contra whatever, is so boring. Those games are boring to watch with no story. I sent Metal Gear coming out, son, or some tang.
Well, I've got a new racing wheel coming tomorrow, so probably be playing some more racing games soon. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. No, I never finished Red Dead Redemption 2. The game literally didn't have a story, you just do random shit for no reason. All the missions sucked and were boring, so I just gave up on it. It's one of the shittiest games ever made.
In May 2025, we got a first-hand look at what a missile defense system looks like during a major international conflict. When Israel attacked Iran,
This... This is just slop. Pure slop. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
We've got a little bit more Battlefield controversy to discuss today. Last week, it was the 100 million player target. This week, it's the class system. It wouldn't be a new Battlefield game without the wheel being reinvented somewhere. Now, would it? We're going to dive into this today. I'm going to give you my thoughts and opinions, and I'd love it if you could share yours down below in the comments. We got tons of comments last week, and it's great to see so many people passionate about Battlefield again. And if, by the way, you're not subscribed, so let's get into this. Classes have been a staple element of Battlefield since the beginning of the franchise, establishing different roles in each match that allow you to play the game in a certain way. Throughout the different games, the classes have shifted in name, equipment, number, and effectiveness.
Dodo Donators, have we watched this one already?
All kinds of circumstances, objects, animals, and certainly people can do you harm. Dangers are all around us.
I have no idea. I don't know. Yeah, I think we have. I remember there was a pineapple in here. Yeah, we've seen that one. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
But they've always maintained some core elements. They've always had access to a specific subset of weapons and a set of gadgets that played into the role of that class. So, for example, during the Battlefield Bad Company 2 days, the support class was focused more on player healing, with the medcrat have a more frontline stun. Role could be fulfilled by each one. That is fundamentally changing with Battlefield 6, Battlefield 2025, whatever it's going to be called. A few months back, Battlefield launched their new classes mantra in a blog post that drew a lot of near-instant criticism from fans and potential players. We learned that weapon locks would be removed from classes, meaning any class can use any weapon across the entire game in the primary slot. So that means you could have assault players running around with SMGs, engineers running around with LMGs or marksman rifles, or even support players running sniper rifles if they wanted to. And that sets some alarm bells ringing for me, mainly because, well, Battlefield is a class-based shooter, and having limitations and restrictions.
Didn't they do the same thing for fucking 2042? That piece of shit fucking game that was retarded?
Built up defined roles for each class that you pick. Removing a core element of those restrictions, mainly the weapons, that weakens the definition for each class, and it pushes Battlefield in a different direction, mainly a more selfish one, in my opinion. However, the testing that's been going on in labs over the last couple of months has stuck with this unlocked weapon approach, and a couple of days ago, Battlefield released another blog post essentially doubling down on this approach. I've got a quote here from the blog post. "Everything discussed here is crucial for defining class identities and achieving our goal of creating the best class system in Battlefield's history. We have seen the suggestions to revert to previous systems and/or closed weapons. We are keeping these in mind in our discussions as we aim to connect new and veteran players to the Battlefield experience, fostering teamwork and creating a universal understandings of our systems for the future." Now, if you read between the lines there, I think it's pretty clear we're not going to see the team 180 on their plans for classes. If everything being discussed in the blog is crucial to achieving their goal for classes, then the complete absence of any discussion surrounding the locking of weapons to classes, for me, tells me nothing is going to change from here on out. Now, whether I think this move for Battlefield is a good one, a bad one, or a mixed one is something I'll come on to in a second, but I just want to highlight something that I think is extremely important and something that perhaps the dev team in charge of load, their feedback is crucial in hearing it and just doing act, but you don't understand how to obtain that for yourself.
Alright, well, I'm very tired. I'm gonna just get to bed. I'm going to continue to not diet anymore, so my mood should be better tomorrow still. But big thanks to everybody who donated on Streamlabs. Really appreciate it. And sweet dreams.